So you're launching or relaunching your brand, but you're scrambling trying to figure out how you will promote your launch. Well, this video is going to be sharing 5 proven ways that you can promote your launch. Stay tuned. Now, let me just tell you that there are tons of marketing tactics out there when it comes to promoting your launch. But what I've done is I have reflected on what worked for me, what worked for my clients, and also what is working right now in the world with proven data to compile a starting lineup for you. However, if you want to get more information on the other marketing tactics that you can use, because there's a long list, then you definitely want to make sure that you join me for my live training, the 90-day launch. In that training, I'll be sharing my way of launching any business and how I was able to generate $11,000 in a launch, how I was able to generate $25,000 in a launch, and how I was able to even see $1,000 during launch week for my very first business, which was a shoe boutique. We'll be talking target audience, marketing strategy, branding, all of the things to really compile a solid marketing strategy plan. So if you're interested in learning that, make sure that you open up my description box and join us for that live training. Now, let's get into this video. But before we dive into the meat and potatoes of this video, hey, I am Chanel the Brand Hustler, and I drop brand gems so that way you can level up your product-based business. So whether you are just starting out or you already own a business, this place is for you. So make sure that you go ahead and hit the subscription button and join the Hustle Babe community. Also tap the notification bell because YouTube be playing games sometimes, and you wanna make sure that you know when I upload a new video, a new vlog, or even when I go live. Now, in today's video, I am actually sharing 5 proven marketing tactics that you can use to promote your launch. So whether you are launching for the first time or whether you're relaunching, these tactics will work for you. In addition to that, I am going to be discussing why surprise launches aren't a good idea. I'm going to break down the 5 tactics and tell you why you should use them for your very own launch. And then I'm gonna be sharing with you the launch stages, okay? So if you didn't know, launching actually has stages, and I'm gonna share them with you today so that way you can prep to promote your launch the best way possible. We're gonna kick off this video by diving into a little discussion about why surprise launches aren't a good idea. They're actually a terrible idea, and let's get into why right now. So I often hear from entrepreneurs that they are preparing to launch, but they don't plan on saying anything about their product or what they're launching until either the day of their launch or the day before. This is a terrible idea because even though you think that you are on this top secret mission and kind of hiding everything from the world so that way they don't go after your blessings, you're actually doing yourself a disservice. Because look at it like this, right? There are so many people in the world, and your target audience are a subgroup of those people. How would your target audience know that you exist for them if you never told them that? So when you pop up on launch day and you're like, hey, I'm open for a business, come shop with me, it's not like these people are going to magically find you. They're not gonna drop out of thin air. There's not gonna be a magical rush of traffic to your website. In order to get that rush of traffic to your website, in order to get that, oh my gosh, you're finally open response, you have to communicate with your audience well before you launch, right? There's a reason why every new iPhone is preceded by a video where they explain the features of the iPhone, an entire kind of conference style breakdown where they share what they're changing, why they're changing it, all of these things. And there's a series of commercials that are ran by AT&T and other partners to the iPhone. There's a reason for all of that. And if a large company like iPhone knows the importance of telling your potential customer what is coming before it actually comes, there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing that too, especially when this is a brand spanking new business. no one knows about you, and they will continue not to know about you up until launch day if you don't actually do the work to communicate with them and let them know that you exist and you have all of these great products that solve all of their problems and yada, 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 right? So the goal of your launch is you want your potential customer to be super excited. You want them to be really like giddy about it, to the point where they are prepping their money for it. Maybe they're even sharing their excitement on social media or with their friends or whatever the case may be. You want them to get to that level of excitement because those are the people who are going to go to your store the minute you launch, and they are going to be people who, if you actually build out your customer experience the right way, will stick with you for a while. I know, your surprise launch dream is crushed because you just heard why I think surprise launches are trash. So if you were intending on having a surprise launch before watching this video, I want you to comment below, just be honest, and let me know like why you thought the surprise launch was a good idea. And if you're watching this video and you are prepping to relaunch and you had a surprise launch the first time, let me know how that went and what is causing you to relaunch this time around. Now we've gotten to the juicy part of this video, and that is where I am going to share the 5 proven marketing tactics that you can use to promote your launch. You ready? Make sure that you got your notebook and your pen ready so you can soak up all of this good tea, okay? The first marketing tactic that you want to use to promote your launch is you want to build a wait list. This right here is key, okay? This is key. Every single time a waitlist is built and traffic is directed there the right way, my clients, my students, they always, like literally 99.9% of the time, always see sales on launch day. So you want to build a wait list. You can do this by putting up a lock page on Shopify to collect information from your potential customer, okay? You want to collect their email, and if you plan on doing SMS marketing as well, which is text marketing, you want to go ahead and collect their phone number as well. I highly recommend collecting both their email and their phone number so that you can have those 2 points of contact with them. But you can do whatever it is that you feel comfortable with. However, I highly recommend using SMS in addition to email. Now, what you do when you build that email list is you actually collect people's information so that you can let them know when you launch. But not only that, you actually want to educate them about your brand and about why you started this brand, more about the story behind your products, and continuously remind them of when you're launching so that way they can get excited and they can get prepped for it. And then on launch day, you'll send them an email or a text as well, letting them know that you're opened up for business, and then that way that's their final reminder to go ahead and hop on the site because you are open and it is time for them to grab their goodies. The second way that you can promote your launch is by running targeted ads to that very waitlist page where you're going to collect information to build your waitlist. So the reason I say targeted ads is because you don't want to just target everybody, okay? Your target audience is super important. Everyone does not have the same problem, and if you try to target everybody, you end up selling to no one. So get clear on who your target audience is and figure out the levels to their lifestyle, okay? Demographics, psychographics, geographics, behavioral aspects. Really build out your customer avatar and build that out on whatever ad platform you decide to use, whether that's Facebook ads or Google ads, YouTube, wherever. Build out all of your ads as if these were your customer avatar that you were directly targeting. When you run ads to your target audience and you direct them to your waitlist page, that will allow you to build your waitlist a little bit faster, and those people will be people who are going to be interested in what it is that you're selling because you know that they're within your target audience. Now, the third way or the third tactic that you can use to promote your launch is leverage other people's platforms. This is something that, you know, I feel like a lot of people, when they're just starting out, they don't think about doing. And this is something that actually works, y'all. So leverage other people's platforms. So I don't want you to just pick any and everybody. You want to pick someone who has the audience that you are targeting, or pick someone who represents your actual customer avatar. So if there is a person that you know that has an influence, right? Whether they have 3,000 followers or whether they have 30,000, if they have an influence and you know that people in their audience are within your target audience, or you know that that person is actually your customer avatar almost to a T, then you want to go ahead and leverage their platform. So if you have maybe oils or skincare or anything like that that you can actually send them and have them use on themselves and then give you reviews, that's great, because now you can post those reviews. Or they can even brag about how much they love the product. Technically that's free promo unless you guys work out another deal. And then you can actually use that content and turn it into a form of UGC, which UGC is user generated content. So if these people are bragging about your product or using your product and maybe sharing it on their stories, their page, wherever about your product, you can then ask them permission to use that content on your page, which then gives you social proof as well. And so it really kills two birds with one stone. Another way of leveraging other people's platforms is by having an influencer marketing strategy. This is something that I actually teach within the Ultimate Launch course, because sometimes people don't think about influencers until they're like well in business. And if you have the budget to afford an influencer, even if it is micro or nano influencers, you definitely want to try to leverage them, because they can actually drive a lot of results for you when it comes to your launch. The fourth way that you can promote your launch, or the fourth tactic I should say, is you can share your journey. This I feel like is not given the credit that it deserves. Like, this tactic right here works literally all the time, but people do not give it its flowers, okay? So sharing your journey means you're in this entrepreneurship world now, right? Whether you launched and are relaunching, or whether you are launching for the first time, your feelings, your emotions that you're going through, those are raw and candid moments that you can document and record and share with the world. Not only that, but as you're developing your product, as you're sourcing your product, testing your product, getting certain things together for your business, that is a great way to build connection with your audience and build trust with your audience, because people get to see the time that you're dedicating to these products and to building out this brand and this business. They also get to see your feelings and connect with you and relate with you in ways that honestly just posting a picture just wouldn't, or just posting your product randomly just wouldn't either. And so my favorite platform to share your journey is YouTube, honestly. It is a great way because you can put your camera up, even if you just have a phone, pull out your phone and just start recording pieces of your journey and learn how to edit, or hire an editor, right? The thing about it is, when I share all of these tactics, right, you need to make sure that you go out and do the work to actually learn and apply it. So the same thing goes for sharing your journey. Pick a platform and learn it. If you decide to pick YouTube, for example, start like researching how to edit. How does YouTube work? How do I rank my videos? How does SEO work? What should I put in my description? How do I create thumbnails? What are good working thumbnails? Like, you can literally YouTube videos about YouTube, or Google videos about YouTube, or find a coach or something that drops gems, that has a class that you can enroll in, and learn how to do these things. So that way you're sharing your journey, but you're putting the strategy and the actual effort behind it to make sure that it works. The last tactic that I wanna share, the fifth tactic, is use TikTok to your advantage. So we just talked about sharing your journey. Now, I mean, we talked about platforms as well. And so now let's get into like probably the biggest platform out right now, like outside of YouTube, and that is TikTok. TikTok has the power to take one piece of content and make it viral in a matter of minutes. That is something that you can use to your advantage. And viral is different for different people. Viral may be 10,000 plays to some people. Viral may be 1 million plays to some people. Viral doesn't have an actual like precise number for definition. But the point is, if 10,000 people played your TikTok, that's 10,000 more people that know about your brand that wouldn't have known if you didn't actually go on the TikTok platform and use it for your brand. So please use TikTok to your advantage and develop a content strategy for TikTok where you can, build brand awareness, be able to connect with your potential audience and all of that stuff. Last thing that I want to touch on is these are all tactics, right? And so tactics are just that. They're tactics, but they're not necessarily strategies. So what you want to do is you want to tie together these tactics into a launch marketing strategy, okay? So a strategy is pretty much like the overall like path that you plan on taking to accomplish a certain goal. Your tactics are then the things that you have to do to make sure that that strategy actually happens. So all these things are tactics that I shared with you today, but you want to connect the dots into a full launch marketing strategy. And your launch marketing strategy is actually a multiple stage strategy that you should be planning out way in advance before you launch, and I am going to share those stages right now with you. The stages are going to be 3 different stages, right? So I like to consider every launch as like a 90-day process. So you have your first stage, that's your pre-launch. Your goal within your pre-launch stage is to build excitement, to build hype, to attract your ideal customer, right? You want to do all of that during the pre-launch stage. Then you have your live and launch stage. Your goal within your live and launch stage is to be relatable, to be entertaining, and also to let them know that, okay, we solve your problem, and to really drive traffic to your website so that way they can explore your products and actually check out. And then you have your post-launch stage. That is the stage where you use all of your noodles to look at your data and see what worked and what didn't work, and then tweak things within that last stage to actually amplify what worked for you and, you know, kind of fix what didn't work for you or cut it out completely. So those are the 3 stages. You have your pre-launch, your live and launch, and then you have your post-launch. Now that you know those 3 stages and you know the goals of each stage, you can actually go out and plan your marketing strategy. However, a big part of marketing strategy is content. And so I am actually gonna be posting a video where I share the types of content that you should be posting on your platforms prior to launching, okay? So if you wanna see that and the video's already out, I will put it on the end screen. If it's not already out, that means that the video is coming next. So make sure that you have the notification bell hit so that way you don't miss it. There you have it. You just learned about 5 marketing tactics that you can use to promote your launch. You also learned about launch marketing strategy, why surprise launches aren't good, and all of that jazz. So now you are equipped to actually prep for an epic launch. But remember that if you want to learn the details of my 90-day launch marketing strategy, then open up the description box and make sure that you join that training, okay? I am giving you the tea on how I was able to see epic launch days, weeks, and months, so you don't want to sleep on that. Now, if you've watched this entire video all the way to the end, you are a true hustle babe. And to prove it, I want you to comment down below that your launch will be epic. So comment down below, my launch will be epic. Those exact words, my launch will be epic, to prove to me that you made it to the end of the video and that you are a true hustle babe. And another thing that true hustle babes do is they like this video, share this video, and make sure that they're subscribed with their notification bells on. So if you haven't done that, make sure that you go ahead and do that right now, okay? Do it, because you don't want to miss any of my other videos, because I drop gems, share my entrepreneurship life, me living life, all of that. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you want to catch me on other platforms, make sure that you follow me on Instagram at The Brand Hustler, and also follow me on TikTok at The Brand Hustler as well. And woo, I will see you later, hustle babe. Bye.